Hello and welcome back to CTR Nitro Fueled. We're a bit late. I ended up eating a little bit later with family than intended, but we're here now. I got everything set up. We're gonna have like an hour and a half of online races, and I'm gonna do one challenge. It's gonna be the Crystal Cup, but we should hop on to online here very soon. Ooh, we only need one win to get the panda skin for Baby Crash. It should be nice. But I gotta say, I don't remember if I mentioned this in the first stream or not. First stream was super short. I don't even know if anybody even realized it was live until after it was over. So we played Sonic 06 earlier, and for the most part, I've been trying to do the S rank stuff as a group, so it'd just be one video and be done. Silver stuff didn't go that way. It took 3 streams, technically 4, because the stream ended at one point and I had to restart it. But we finished last week, only needing to do the final stage for Silver. I used today as a day to pick up. I was only using it to pick up 2 games for my birthday: Animal Crossing, which I play on stream, and Doom, which would one day be on stream, but I was going to play it for fun. And I couldn't find Doom. I didn't stay out too long though because of everything going on. I was just like, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to rush home. Got home, watched the end of the Sea of Thieves stream, hoping that I get the spinal thing by tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be tomorrow. And what was it? Oh geez, I cannot remember what it was now. Oh yeah, I did a lot of cleaning. So after stream ended, I ended up getting up and cleaning my room a bit. I cleaned the bathroom a bit, and I cleaned the living room down here a bit. There's still a little bit left to do, but I just kind of used it as a day to clean. Simple as that. I will go ahead and say tomorrow there won't be Dragon Ball Z. I have made plans with a friend. We're gonna get Pirate Legend and Sea of Thieves. That's going to be a lot of fun to finally accomplish. And depending on how long we play, there might not be Crash tomorrow night. There should be Crash tomorrow night, but I'm not 100% sure. But Sunday, we're probably going to play a lot of Animal Crossing. I'm not going to stream it 100% because, like, how do you really stream 100% Animal Crossing? I mean, there is a way, but I'll do things that could count towards 100%, but I'm not going to do it the way that I normally do. Like, I'll play on my island solely on stream. If I have to load it up to go to somebody else's, I'll load my island up to go to somebody else's. But I will be playing that online and offline. But like I said, I'll most likely be going around to different people's islands off stream. But once we start playing it, we're going to alternate the nights with CTR and Animal Crossing, and we'll try to get a longer Animal Crossing session in like once a week, like Sunday. But like Dragon Ball Z, it's going to depend on what's going on. And I will say there will not be ukulele this coming week. We're going to be playing Animal Crossing most likely the whole day because it's my birthday, but I might go out too at some point. If I do, then stream will end for a little bit. Or we might just wait till I get back and then I'll stream it for like the whole night. But I'm going to leave my gate open and hope that if people want to join, they will. I don't know. And I've been thinking about maybe doing this for the first time ever. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, people have channels for a reason for this. But, I don't know. I didn't mean to actually say that. I just realized that. Don't mind me. I don't know, I'm excited. I want to have some sort of, like, birthday thing. And I think it'd be fun to have a lot of people, like, join my Animal Crossing world for, like, a birthday thing, but who knows. We'll see what happens. Everything's fine. I'll just get a mask in first place. I feel like this happens a lot in single player for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't understand it. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Wednesday is the 25th, I think. Unless I'm a dum-dum. Yes, Wednesday. So yeah, we're going to try to see about possibly doing a full day of Animal Crossing. That's the hope, at least. Ugh. Also, I am curious how this will end up going. Like, just Animal Crossing in general. Because, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I can really talk to them, sometimes I feel like I'm not, but some people probably be like, you chatter, you ramble on forever. I don't know, we'll just see how it goes. I'm not used to playing just a chill game on stream that I don't really need to focus on too much, I guess. But I kind of want something that's just like 100% chill and I can just like goof off and do whatever. Because I mean, I have been playing a lot of games that can be a little bit rough at times. CTR can be, but that's like for the challenges that I've done in them, like time trials and stuff. Those are like really fun challenges though. Sonic 06 is a big challenge to get through because it's hard to get the points you need for the S ranks. Ukulele hasn't been too bad. Ukulele's biggest thing was finding things. Also, the week after next, when we play ukulele again, it's gonna be really strange because we're gonna be like right at the end. You know, I don't know why I just kept it on like I did, but I did. Ooh. Also, so the person that leaked a bunch of new games, including Crash, had apparently got something right now. Apparently we are getting a Modern Warfare 2 remaster, I think? Unless I read that wrong as I woke up. But I think I saw that this morning. Keep in mind, I don't know too much about Call of Duty, so it's not something I actually looked into. They probably should have before saying anything. But, we'll see what happens. Also, I need to talk to Vivi about something. I brought something up to her, and I was like, wait a minute. She's gonna need to know the context. But yeah, I'll have to talk to her after stream. Also, for anybody that plays Sea of Thieves, there's a new event going on, the Hungering one, I think it's called, the Hungering something, based off the, I think it says it was based off the first anniversary update. and it requires you to get one of Merrick's journals. I think that might have already passed actually though. And the next one was I think deliver shark meat, which isn't too bad. You just need to swim in water. You'll get a shark eventually. You get the shark meat and you deliver it. I think it's just like very small things, like you do one of each. But there is a bigger one that lasts like a week, but it's only like defeat 3 megs, and you get Merrick's drum, which I think at one point in time was used to summon a shark or summon a meg. I think. Either way, I'm excited to get that. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now because I think it's about time to do this. I do want to go back and finish this game. It's gonna take a while to finish, but I'm ready for it. But I want to actually start Destiny 1 back up and continue that. As many of you know, Aspect and I are no longer together, so she will not be a part of it. We're not friends or talking anymore. And knowing how things went, I don't see her coming back to Destiny with us. And don't have any like negative thoughts on her part or mine. It's just with how I felt about everything that happened. I just don't want that back in my life. I will say, because I randomly decided to get on that topic, the only thing that is left from our relationship in the past now is the Gears of War videos and Island Milo. Everything else is gone. I don't plan on getting rid of that stuff though, just because I don't know. I feel like they should stay up since those are playthroughs of stuff that I had on stream, and they want to keep all that stuff up. So that's just kind of the way it is. Which isn't that bad, because I mean, I don't really go back and watch the old videos. Ever. I will say though, I probably will go back one day whenever I start getting some sort of editing software and start messing around with that stuff. Because I do plan on doing that at some point. I just don't know exactly what I want to do with everything. To be fair, I could just like use it to play around with it and not actually do anything with those old videos. But hopefully at some point I will get an editing software, like a really good one, and I can relearn how to use that stuff. Hold on. Sorry about that, I got distracted, something popped up. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Destiny should maybe come back soon. I'll either be alone or I'll have a few other people joining. It just depends on how they feel about it, like if they're ready to or want to do it. But there's at least 3 other people. I'm not going to guarantee they'll be on every week, especially since there's only 2 slots available besides myself. I'm not even going to say it'll be me and somebody else every time. But there's a few people. We're still missing 2, but hopefully we'll find a couple more before it's time to jump into raids. That's the hope, at least. I want to go back and do those raids. I want to go back and get all the things. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Also, online time. And I will say this too. If we do finish Destiny 1, we get everything that's available in the game. I might do the same thing with Destiny 2, but that'll be after we finish the game. I know D1 so much better than 2. And there'll be a lot of stuff that if we go to D2 I'll be kind of blind on because I haven't kept up with it really at all since, I want to say, late November, early December. I don't know, it just, Destiny 2 didn't feel as good to me. It never did, sadly. Not saying that was bad or anything, it's just, it didn't capture, like, my imagination. It didn't capture the fun aspect Destiny 1 had, stuff like that for me. It was just not as good. But who knows? Maybe things will change if I try it again in the future. Sewer Speedway, we just did this. That's fine, we can do it again. Also, if we can get one win, we'll have the Panda Baby Crash, which will be really nice. I think we can get it. But I'm not sure. Hi Pimp Jerry, how you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Also, I went out today to get Animal Crossing and Doom. I only got Animal Crossing because I couldn't find Doom. But we're going to begin streaming Animal Crossing on Sunday. And hopefully some point during the stream Sunday, the online stuff will open up, and I'm going to leave my island open during streams for people. Oh, you got Doom 64? Nice. How is it? I haven't played Doom 64. I played Doom 2016. I love Doom 2016. I didn't play it on stream yet. I'd like to play it on stream at some point, but I don't know if or when that'll happen. I think I mentioned this before, but I view Doom and Wolfenstein the same way I view Crash and Spyro, where I kind of view them as linked. You didn't play it yet, but you played back on the N64 back in the day? I never played it then either. But whenever I say I see them as linked, like, I'm going to, whenever we go back and start playing the older Crash and Spyro games, I'm going to rotate between them and just try to go through each one back to back. And I kind of see Doom and Wolfenstein that same way too, where they're like the same, like they're not in, like you don't see their games cross over much, if at all, but they are similar enough and have a lot of ties to each other that make me want to play them side by side. You don't know when you'll play it, but since it was only $5, you bought it right away. Nice. It's really nice that it's $5, especially because it came with Doom Eternal as a pre-order bonus, which is really nice if you ask me. Come on. Come on. I didn't mean to not drift there. It is a nice little incentive. It really is. I will say though, there's one thing that terrifies me whenever it comes to the future of streaming Doom and Wolfenstein side by side. Wolfenstein 2 has an achievement to beat the game on the hardest difficulty, which if you haven't played the new Wolfenstein 2, the hardest difficulty gives you 1 life to beat the entire game on and no saving. And that game is over 10 hours long. So that's not something that's easily accomplished. You got it on Switch? Nice. I'll pick it up at some point. Like, even though old Doom gives me, like, motion sickness due to the fake 3D, I still enjoy them, and I'm probably going to try to play it. I do actually still want to play through the old Doom and Wolfenstein games on stream, but I don't know if I should do that or if I should wait until I can get some editing software and just record them as a Let's Play or something. Because it takes me like 10 to 15 minutes before I start getting nauseous from those games. but I still want to do. I still want to play through them in some way, shape, or form. Old Star Fox doesn't make me queasy. I think it's honestly the 2D sprites that are made to appear 3D. Where they like rotate with you, the environment and everything rotates whenever you turn. I think that's what it is. But I'm not sure. Like, it's only the old school Doom, the old school Wolfenstein, and like Duke Nukem 3D. Those type of games make me nauseous. But the thing is, I enjoy playing them. It's just it does not go well for me. Which is kind of the reason why I'm like, maybe it'd be better for me to get some sort of editing software and then just record those and upload them to YouTube. You don't get motion sickness, although who knows if VR might. You haven't tried VR yet? I haven't tried VR. I don't know if VR would make me nauseous. I really don't. I'd like to try it at some point though. But yeah, I think it's honestly just the fact that the 2D sprites in those games rotate, even though they're flat to appear 3D. I don't know. But I've played through and beaten all of the original Doom. I've played through most of Doom 2, but I haven't finished it yet. And to give you an idea, I don't use Sprint in Doom 1 or 2. I think the original Doom has Sprint on the Xbox Live Arcade version, and I know Doom 2 has it. But if I used Sprint, it makes it so much worse for me. Like, it makes it 10 times worse for me, and I just can't handle it. I went online, and I got somebody to help me get the achievements in Doom and Doom 2's multiplayer because I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't really do anything. I also got Doom 1 and 2 on the Switch when they were on sale for $1.50 each a while back. That is insane. That is ridiculously cheap. That's not bad at all. I will say, I wish there was a way I could combat the motion sickness, because like I said, I do still absolutely love Doom 1, Doom 2. I haven't played Wolfenstein 3D, or the Wolfenstein games, besides New Order and New Colossus. But I'm sure I'd like the old ones. I played Duke Nukem 3D too, and I really liked it. Also, I was looking at the old Duke Nukem games. I didn't realize Duke Nukem 1 and 2 were platformers. Or, like, platformer style games. Until recently. I honestly never expected that. Also, I'm going to throw this out there. At some point after we beat Sonic 06, I'm going to play another bad game. I'm going to play Duke Nukem Forever and just be like, what have I done? What are these life choices? I don't hate Duke Nukem Forever. I actually had fun with it whenever I got it when it first came out. It was an experience though. That's all I can really say. Come on. Oh, nice. I was not expecting that to happen. Come on. What is going to happen? You didn't know that for a long time either. Really? So I wasn't the only one. Okay, good. You think I found out about 6 to 8 years ago? I think I found that out, like... I might have said how long I found out about it, but I could be wrong. My brain's telling me it's like 3 or 4 years, maybe. Also, I just got hacked up real bad. Also, Pincher, do you possibly happen to have Animal Crossing? I am curious. I'm curious as to who all picks this up. I will say this though, I found this very odd whenever I went to Walmart today. I'm glad there wasn't that many people there, thankfully, but I went to Walmart earlier today, and they had a lot of Animal Crossings, but they had no Doom Eternals, sadly. You don't have Animal Crossing? Ah, alright. You haven't played Duke Nukem 1 or 2, but you have played Manhattan Project, which is also a platformer. It's the first purchase on Good Old Games alongside Might and Magic 6-pack. I have Duke Nukem, the Manhattan Project, on the Xbox Live Arcade. I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. It wasn't as good as Duke Nukem 3D in my mind, though. Duke Nukem 3D is like my favorite Duke Nukem, but I haven't played a lot. I've only played 3D, Manhattan Project, and Forever. It's not a big selection, but those are the ones I played. I'm trying to think. I didn't play, what was it? There was a Duke Nukem 3D remake that came out recently. I don't remember what the exact name of it was, but I haven't played it, but I think it had extra content in it. Also, Doom 64 apparently has extra content too. It has new official content in the HD release. We've also played 3 Duke Nukem games, 3D, Manhattan, and Time to Kill. I haven't played Time to Kill. I've heard of Time to Kill, though. Also, I wonder if Gearbox is ever going to do anything with that series after Forever. Also, that was a weird noise from the doggo. Also, I mentioned this earlier, but I'll say it again about Animal Crossing. I probably won't play Ukulele this Wednesday. I'm probably going to play Animal Crossing just because it's going to be my birthday. And when we play we will take breaks from other games to play Animal Crossing to do the events that happen over the year. And I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing always does something for your birthday, but I'm not sure. So I plan on playing that for a bit on Wednesday. Because I'm going to put my actual birthday in. You like Time to Kill, but that was like 20 years ago. It probably aged kind of badly. Time to Kill is a PS1 game, isn't it? I think it's a PS1 game. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Come on. Aw, I lost it. Yes, PS1, okay, I thought so. I'd like just because of how much I enjoyed Duke Nukem 3D, even though it took me like ages to finish it, it's one of those series that I would like to see the full thing, like the full series of, and see how each game was. But I don't know if or when I'll actually get around to it, because I don't do a lot of PC gaming, and I know some of those games are PC only now. Like Duke Nukem 1 and 2, I believe, are only PC. Ah, I hit the wall there, that wasn't good. No! No! How dare. You think, yeah, only 1, 2 are PC only. That makes sense. Also, whenever I brought up Duke Nukem and Wolfenstein, but I've never played the third game in that universe, or the third series in that universe, Commander Keen. Which seems so weird that Commander Keen is part of the Doom Wolfenstein joint universe. Also, if you didn't if you didn't play Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, I think they actually referenced Argent Energy, or whatever it's called, from Doom 2016. Which I thought was really heckin' cool. And in that Commander Keen mobile game that they announced, I don't know if that's even out yet, or if that ever came out, but the Commander Keen mobile game, they actually showed BJ Blazkowicz in one of the family photos. So they're keeping that canon, I guess, or keeping that in the keeping that a thing throughout all the games, is that they're all connected. I'm gonna check that. But it's always seemed weird to me that Commander Keen is in that universe whenever it's such a kid-friendly game from what I've seen. And then it's just like it shares a universe with Wolfenstein and Doom. Commander Keen. Oh, there's a port of Commander Keen on mobile devices. Okay. You haven't played much of the new Wolfenstein games, only the first one, and it was during a bad time for you, and you got annoyed with it, and you got lost for 10 minutes, never went back to it. The New Order, that's it. You should play them. They have really good stories. They are some of the best first-person shooters I've ever played. Well, they're some of the best first-person shooters I've played this generation. Like Wolfenstein 1 and 2. I don't know about the Old Blood. I haven't played the Old Blood, which was a side game, I believe. And the co-op one, I haven't played that one either yet. But the 1 and 2 are really good, and Doom 2016 is amazing. I don't know how to feel about this. I could actually stream Commander Keen on mobile devices, apparently. The last Wolfenstein game you beat was Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I never played it. I only played 1 and 2, sadly. I need to actually, at some point, try out the rest. I go with a little red on this one. Actually, no, I was going to go with green. I would at some point like to go through the Wolfenstein games. Like the full series too. Because Wolfenstein 1 and 2, like New Colossus and New Blood, I just named them in the wrong order, but they were really fantastic. I'm so excited for the next Wolfenstein, the next main one. Return to Castle Wolfenstein is good. You saw someone showing the PS2 version and it didn't look bad. Okay, I was about to ask if that was the PS2 original Xbox generation, because I thought I remember seeing something about that at some point. Also, some of those like attempts at bringing those old series back are weird. Not saying that one is, but there's another Wolfenstein game on the 360 that I heard mixed things about. Something, I think it had like Wolfenstein Ravenclaw or something. I think there was Raven in the title for some reason. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure, at least, anyway. Also, I thought I was green for a second. I was like, ooh. I was like, oh wait, I'm a panda. I'm not the weird plush baby Crash. Hi, Luna baby. How are you doing? Also, I'm so glad I got that. Oh geez, no, no, no. Ah, no shortcut for me. No shortcut for me at all. Come on. I'm surprised I got in front, honestly. 2009. It's just called. Oh, it's just called Wolfenstein. I don't know where I got Ravenclaw in from. I really don't know where I got that from. Also, 2009 on PS3 and 360. It was pretty unremarkable. Okay. I really want to learn more about the Doom franchise. Not Doom. Well, Doom 2, but I really want to learn more about the Wolfenstein franchise. Because I have read up a little bit about some of the side stuff, like Doom RPG, I don't remember if this is Doom RPG or not, but apparently the oh geez, that hacked me up real bad. It hacked me up enough for them to finish before me. I saw something about the Doom RPG. It might have been Doom RPG. It was something Doom related, where or not Doom. It was one of the Wolfenstein games where you fought the Cyber Demon, I think it is, the big hulking demon that has like a mechanical arm and leg, but you fight him before that, and you fighting him is what caused him to eventually get the mechanical arm and leg for whenever you see him in Doom. But I don't remember what game it is that tells you about that or shows that. But I remember that being a thing, and that's why that one demon with the mechanical arm and leg has those things, is because of BJ from the Wolfenstein games. I don't know if he's actually BJ in the older games, but I know it's Blazkowicz in all of them, I think. Doom and Wolfenstein timeline is like really weird, and I like it. But now they can add Animal Crossing to it. I want to change that to green. I change it to green, then we go back to the other one after this. But yeah, I don't know. I really want to get into those again. Also, I'm still trying to figure out a name for my island in Animal Crossing. I've not figured that out yet. Oh, he is also BJ in Wolfenstein 3D? Okay. Oh yeah, that reminds me. In Wolfenstein the Old Blood, or the New Blood. Yeah, I think it's the New Blood. The newest, the first Wolfenstein that came out for the recent, like, resurgence of Wolfenstein, the first one in the new series, I guess. They had a thing where if you went to bed, or you went to sleep in the hideout, the New Order, thank you. I had the Old Blood. The Old Blood's the one that's between that and 2. The New Order, if you go to sleep, you actually wake up in Wolfenstein 3D. And it's really neat to play through those levels, but like, even those small chunks will make me nauseous before it's finished. It's the same thing as Doom 2016, where you can find the levers and you go to the old Doom levels. Oh jeez, I didn't get my speed boost. I love stuff like that too. It's really awesome that they have stuff like that in. I think there's an achievement for just doing it once, but I think I did it a few times just because I enjoyed being there. Like, you're still modern BJ Blazkowicz, but you're in the old, like, 2D flat world, and all the enemies are the same ways as they were supposed to be, I guess. It was just really nice. It's honestly the exact same as Doom 2016's version of that. Come on. Eeh. Eeh. I didn't actually think that they were going to be that close to me. Aw, heck. Aw, heck. I had him. I had it. Come on. Eeh. I gotta ask, what is your favorite first-person shooter? Because I'm trying to think of mine now, because Doom and Wolfenstein are both up there. For the newest games, at least. I still need to play Doom Eternal. But I don't know when that's going to happen now, since I couldn't find it. It was actually going to be my go-to game to play for a little bit while I wasn't streaming and wasn't working on anything. New Horizons will be that, though, as soon as I do the first stream of it. Because like I said, I'm not going to be playing on my island whenever I play off-stream, but I'll be going around to other people's islands, hopefully, as long as I'm allowed to go. But we'll see what happens. I know Vivi said that we could play, but I gotta message her and be like, hey, because I don't want to go to her Discord and be like, hey, I'm using this for stream, so I'll play with you soon. I'm at least just gonna, I'll message her privately and just be like, hey, so I plan on streaming this, but I don't mind going to other people's islands after I get it set up. Probably Halo 1 and 2, so I had a lot of fun playing those co-op. Those co-op were really nice. Actually, even though I was thinking Doom and Wolfenstein, I still think my favorite first-person shooter is the original Perfect Dark. I never played the original on N64. Well, I did play the original on N64 a couple times at my cousin's house, but I didn't play it until I got it on the 360. I love that game. I love the co-op mode in it. I love the counter co-op where you can have your friends join in as the normally AI enemies to try to stop you. They have less health and they deal less damage because they just can keep respawning, but you can't. I don't know. The challenges in the multiplayer mode is a lot of fun. That game had a lot of stuff in it. Rare really packed a lot of stuff into that game. The 360 Xbox One version is so good. Wait, you've played Perfect Dark on the 360 and Xbox One? It is really good. I want to stream Perfect Dark at some point. And I've already said before, if I ever did start speedrunning, like seriously, because I've done it occasionally, like off and on, but if I ever did, like honestly go for something to speedrun, it would probably be Perfect Dark. Because I've already played that a little bit with the intention of doing that before I started streaming consistently. But I could have just streamed that, and I just never did. The N64 original is good as well, but it's hard to go back after playing it on 360. The 360 version is so fantastic. I haven't put in my Perfect Dark copy for the N64. It's actually still in the box in my room right now. Like, that's the only game right now that I have that's complete in box, is Perfect Dark on the N64. I didn't pay too much for it. I actually got it for like $20. $20, $30, something like that, I want to say. I guarantee if you go back to the stream where I first talked about that, it's probably a different price, but I know it wasn't too expensive. I was just really happy to have it. Because I mentioned before wanting to stream all of Rare's games, and I've also mentioned like wanting to collect all of the games for a console. I would love to somehow own all of Rare's games, like boxed, but I don't know if that'll happen. Because some of those games are super old, because I'm counting Ultimate Play the Game, which was their name before they became Rare. I'm counting those games too. Also, that was not good. Going back to a single analog on it is hard once you play it on 360. I get that. I wish that we could have gotten the GoldenEye remake. Or, yeah, the GoldenEye remake that was happening for 360 and the Wii that Nintendo decided to back out on. Because, honestly, could you imagine GoldenEye, like the N64 GoldenEye, remade like the Perfect Dark remake was? With online play? I'd be all over that. That would have been the version I streamed whenever I streamed GoldenEye. Also, if you didn't know about that, there is a video on YouTube, I believe by Rare Thief, that shows you, like, the game in action. And I believe it was pretty much finished before Nintendo decided we want out of the deal because more people are probably going to buy this on 360 than the Wii. Which, honestly, is probably right, but ooh, I wish they would have just done it. I really wish they would have, and there's no way it's going to happen now because I don't think anybody currently owns the rights to make any 007 games. I think that's right. I don't think anybody has it now. Because back then they had to go through. They had to go through Nintendo, Rare, Microsoft, and Activision, I believe, because Activision was the rights holder at the time. That was just amazing that it was actually being worked on at all, but like, it just didn't work out like it should have. You watched that a while back, after you told me about it, probably during your GoldenEye streams. You know, honestly, I didn't even remember that. To be fair, my memory's not the best, but like, yeah. I really wish they would have just done that. But we got the remake GoldenEye Reloaded, which I had never heard any really good things about it. I heard it was okay, but I didn't hear much about it. I wonder if, I don't, part of me wonders, like, does Rare actually still have all that stuff? Like, if there was ever an agreement to release that, could they just be like, alright, it's already done, let's put it out? If that actually somehow happened, I'd stream it again. Also, those GoldenEye streams were some of the hardest streams I've done, because I had never apparently beaten 00 Agent, honestly, and I never got all the cheat codes before, honestly. And some of those times were rough. That game was just hard in general. But it was nice to be able to say I finally did it. Perfect Dark, on the other hand, I 100%ed it on the Xbox Live Arcade. And oh my gosh, some of those challenges were rough. But I'm glad I was able to finally get through that. It'll be fun to go back and do that again on stream at some point, though. Because I will play Perfect Dark, I will play I think there's a Game Boy Color version I've never played. And I'll play Perfect Dark Zero. I'm not the biggest fan of Zero. I don't like Joanna Dark's character as much in Zero. I just really don't. I understand she's a rookie and she's technically like younger, and I don't know if I said technically she is younger. She's not as seasoned, I guess is the right word, as she is in the original Perfect Dark. But I don't know, I wasn't the biggest fan of like her in general in that game. But that's just me. I will say I want to play the I wouldn't mind playing through Perfect Dark and Zero in co-op, but I need to find somebody to play those in co-op. You barely remember the sequel? The sequel was an Xbox 360 launch title. It came... Actually, Rare had two launch titles on the 360. It was Perfect Dark and Cameo. Cameo is a really good game, but it was in development hell for a long time. It was originally supposed to be an N64 game, and then it got moved over to the original Xbox. No, it got moved over to GameCube, then original Xbox, and then it finally came out on the 360. Cameo was a really fun game, and I wish they could have expanded on that more in a sequel, but I don't think it did well at all. If you actually go, I think it's in Rare Replay, they have videos of like the original footage of Cameo, and they show the different transformations over the years. Cameo's on your launch GameCube box? Wait, like did you have like a little trailer video thing for it? Because I know they worked on that for so long. Also, I'm gonna go back to GoldenEye for a minute because we were talking about the remake being made. I found this out a while back too, but apparently, whenever they were working on GoldenEye originally, Nintendo never, or some of the higher ups at Rare never told like everybody that was working on the game, like, hey, we don't actually have the rights to do this. They just pretty much told them, hey, just keep working on it. Hey, just keep working on it, until they were able to say, okay, we can officially work on this. Which was kind of surprising. I didn't realize that they had worked on it for so long without even knowing themselves if they could make it or not. No trailer, it was a screenshot or two. Oh, okay. Donkey Kong Racing was on it as well. I remember that game. I remember the trailer where they showed Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. I think they might have showed Cranky, Taj, the elephant from Diddy Kong Racing. I think that's how you say his name. They showed some other Kongs. They were all riding like Rambi, On Guard, Espresso, and then that was just it. I know they were also working on Diddy Kong Pilot, and that became Diddy Kong or Banjo Pilot. But I don't know a lot about some of those old games. Also, Donkey Kong Racing, I believe, became Saberman Stampede, which also never came out. There's a video of that on Rare Replay, I believe, as well, where they talk about some of the concepts for it and what their ideas were for it. And just, it never came out. I really liked watching those videos in Rare Replay where they talked about canceled projects. Like, I didn't want them to be canceled, but it was like really interesting to see games that we never got to see beforehand. The one I really wanted to see from them that they actually put on there was the I think the game was called Urchin or something, Project Urchin at the time. I think that's what it was. It was a horror game that was being made by Rare. I think. You were waiting for both those games and they never came out. I was waiting for them too. I was excited for both of them, but they of course never came to be. Well, Cameo did, yeah. I don't know why I attacked. She's just talking about playing Cameo a minute ago. I have like a bunch of games in my mind right now of what Rare was doing back then. I was also thinking about Dinosaur Planet. I would love to see the original version of Dinosaur Planet and how that would have been. Like if that would have came out. I don't think it'd be too different than what we had. I don't think we would have the spaceships or the flight sections. But I wonder how like different it could have been. I also think Crystal wouldn't have been caught at the beginning of the game either. I think she might have been available throughout the whole game if they would have kept the Dinosaur Planet thing. I'm not sure though. Also, I don't know if you follow him or if you've seen his tweets at all. Chris Seaver, the creator of Conquer, he has posted in the past, this a while back now, I think it's almost a year since he started talking about these, but he started posting like designs and stories for Perfect Dark sequel that never got made, that was going to take place after the original game, which had some really interesting like twists in it. If I'm not mistaken, it had a really nice looking story from what little that he showed, and there's some nice images and some like concept art for some of the locations and stuff that he posted. He also posted a bunch of information on Conker's other Bad Fur Day, which looked really interesting, and I wish that we could have gotten it. Wish we could have got both of them anyway. Either way, I'm just over here rambling about Rare because I love Rare. Don't mind me. Also, I'm getting more and more friends to play Sea of Thieves now, and it's really nice. It is really heckin' nice getting more people interested in it. Because I do love Sea of Thieves. There hasn't been a single Rare game that I haven't really liked or loved. I will say the one that's come the closest to that is the Kinect games, just because I've never been a big fan of the motion control games. I still play them occasionally because some of them can have some fun elements to them, or they can get you moving a bit more than normal, which is always a good thing. But like, it's not something I seek out a lot. You forgot the new Battletoads is actually being made by Rare, or not? Oh, it's not being made by Rare. I think it's being overseen by Rare, but it's being made by Dalala Studios, I think that's what their name is. It's something similar to that, at least. And it should come out at some point this year, but we haven't seen any information about it since, I think, E3. I could be mistaken about that, though. Either way, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna play it. Like, I know some people didn't really care for the art style, but I'm just like, it still looks good. It still looks really good to me. We still got time before it comes out, and hopefully we'll get some more info on it. Because that's what I really want right now, is more info on that game. I will say, I don't think we're going to see Rare working on a lot of their old IPs anymore, but I do see a lot of their old IPs possibly being like passed around to be like, hey, if this is something you'd like to work on, you can work on it, type of thing. Like Square Enix did with a lot of their not Square Enix, but well, I think Square Enix owns them, but Eidos. It was either Square Enix or Eidos that was like, here's some of our properties. If you want to work on these, please let us know, and we can like work together on something. This is like a few years ago, and I don't know if a lot of stuff came out of it, but they listed like a bunch of their properties. And I remember Gex being on there and be like, could we actually get a new Gex? You still need to get a cheap Xbox later for Rare replaying Killer Instinct, if nothing else. Killer Instinct is a very fun fighting game. I need to get more into it. I need to go back and play more of it. But Killer Instinct is fantastic, and I love the characters in that game. It is honestly my favorite fighting game I've ever played. Plus, if you buy the Ultimate Edition, you also get Killer Instinct 1 and 2 Classic. Actually, I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was whenever they came out, like the seasons came out. So you also would get the original Killer Instincts on the Xbox One, and I believe they do support online play. So you can play the old Killer Instincts as well. I don't think Killer Instinct 2 is the gold version, but you do get the gold version in Rare Replay. I don't know the difference between Killer Instinct 2 and Killer Instinct 2 Gold. Oh, are they on the disc now? I bought it before they had a physical release. So I never knew about that. I need to pick up the physical copy at some point, though. Lucky? I'm gonna get you, baby girl. Hold on one second. Oh, sorry, Luna. Lucky, don't make me come over there. Oh, sorry, Luna. I'm sorry, baby girl. So you think they're on the disc? You're correctly. Also, we will see people pop up today because I couldn't set myself to offline, or not offline, but do not disturb, because it kept telling me status unknown. Xbox Live is acting weird today. Your bro got it a couple years ago and it came with Killer Instinct 1 and 2. Ah, that's nice. I still want to pick up the physical copy at some point, but I don't know when I will. Like, there's no real point in doing it now besides collection purposes. But I probably will go ahead and do it. Also, I'm wondering, like, if we could see a trend of companies working on Rare's old IP. I kind of hope we do, because like I said before, I don't think we'll see Rare themselves work on the old IP. And I think the reason why is every time they've worked on an old IP since they came to Xbox, people have kind of crapped on it. Which is kind of a shame, because some of the games are really good. If people are allowed to leave their houses again, I think I'll ask him to bring his Xbox again. Wait, are people not allowed to leave their house where you live? Like, has it got that bad over there? If so, I am very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. What was it? Oh, jeez. So, I'm trying to think of all of Rare's games that they made on Xbox that were part of old franchises. So they made Conquer Live and Reloaded, which was this isn't a knock against Rare, but it was a watered-down version of Conker's Bad Fur Day when it came to the language and everything, because they censored a lot more of it. A lot of people blame Microsoft for that, But Rare actually, I think, came out at one point and said they actually wanted to do that because they found it more funny to have the bleeps. But that's just like, if that's the case, it's their game. They can do what they want with it. If they honestly found it more funny, then they should have kept it the way they wanted to keep it. But I do find it really weird that there's an option to turn off the censors, but it's only for the multiplayer mode. But people did give it a lot of crap for that being a watered down version of the N64 game when it came to the language. Diddy Kong Racing DS, I think got panned. I think it didn't do well. A lot of people weren't too happy with, I think people weren't happy with them replacing Conquer and Banjo. And I also think people weren't too happy with the touch controls. Or the controls in general. I don't remember, it's been a while since I played that version. Let's see, Nuts and Bolts. We all know how that went. People could not stand Nuts and Bolts. Which, honestly, I played it and I love Nuts and Bolts. It's not what I want when I want Banjo-Kazooie. I still think it should have just been a game featuring Banjo-Kazooie and not being a Banjo-Kazooie game, if that makes sense. Perfect Dark Zero, not a lot of people liked in general. It was like, I think people were like, why play this whenever we can play like Halo? And I never heard anything about Jetpack Refueled. I enjoy it, but it's like really hard. Diddy Kong Racing was meh, you agree with that? I get that. Yeah, staying home order now from now until April 7th. Only essentials and stuff like grocery stores and gas stations are still open after tomorrow. Really? Jeez. That's insane. That is not what I expected to see, but I mean, I feel like it kind of needs to be done to help lower the risk of people, like, lower the risk of having more people getting sick. You know, like, because a lot of people still go out and do a lot of things every day, like it's not like nothing's changed. They're gonna get us all sick. They're gonna get us all sick, Lucky. No, but seriously. Like, a lot of people still will go out and just keep doing the things until something like that happens. And we'll just think, I'm fine. I'm not going to get sick, and then they get sick. You just hope it doesn't lead you to being homeless in a few months. I hope it doesn't lead you to that either, because that'd be awful. That would be really bad. Also, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was mentioning Rare working on old IP. I don't see them doing it because it seems like every time they've tried to work on an old IP, people have kind of crapped on it. Which they really shouldn't do. Like, even if it's not exactly what you want, that doesn't make it a bad game. Like, I would have preferred Banjo 3 over Nuts and Bolts, but Nuts and Bolts on its own is still a really fun game. Because of that, none of us here are working. Oh yeah. I hope it all works out. I really do. I really hope it all works out for everybody. And hopefully we can stop the spread of this and slowly kill it off. Or at least make it to where it's nowhere near as big as it is now. I will say this too about Rare's games. I think the games that have worked out most for them since they were bought by Microsoft have been brand new IP. Because whenever I think like Rare games that have done well on Xbox, I honestly think Viva Pinata and Sea of Thieves. Which, it kind of sucks saying that because it's like, that's just two series. It'd be nice, with how long they've been with the Xbox, it'd be nice to say that they had a whole bunch of series that people really loved. Like, a bunch of games on the Xbox people really loved that were brand new. Also, I'm not trying to avoid the conversation. I'm just like, I like talking about Rare a lot. But yeah, I seriously do hope that things turn out well for all of us. Because it's kind of a scary time, I'm not gonna lie. They have to deal with all this. Like, from what I've seen, if, like, I got it, you got it, somebody around our age got it, we'd most likely be fine after a little while. But I live with two people that are in their 60s, and I've seen that that's not like a kind disease to people over 60, especially with health issues. Not that they really have health issues or anything, it's just like, I'd rather not risk it, you know? Even though I technically risk it today, but I mentioned this earlier. Whenever I went out, I actually went to, I ended up going up to GameStop after, and they had, or when I went to GameStop, I forgot that they don't have an automatic door, and I opened it without realizing it, and I was like, I don't know how many people have had their hands on this, and they didn't have anything inside to, like, clean that I saw. So whenever I was on my way home, I was like, okay, I'm going to get home, and I'm going to shower. After I shower, I'm going to clean everything I touched. No one in their 60s there, but two in their 50s. I still wouldn't want to risk it. Like, they're more likely to survive, but still, I really wouldn't want to risk it. But yeah, I am not usually a clean freak or a neat freak. I will clean, like, I'm not going to not clean. But I got home and I was like, alright, I'm going to shower real quick before they get home again. And I'm just going to shower. Or I'm going to shower and I'm going to go clean the door handles and stuff that I touched. And I did all that, and I don't know. I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. That's my main concern right now. Whew. Which, honestly, I feel like should be a lot of people's concern right now, because, like I said, even though you and I and others our age probably be fine, we gotta look out for everybody around us. We can't just be like, well, if we get it, we'll most likely be fine. It's not that big a deal. But the people around you, it might not be so easy. It might not be just like, oh, I can just wait this out and be fine after I get it. Still need to get checked out if you have any concerns that you might have it or anything, I'm just saying. And see what you can do to help stop it. But like, I just want to be on the safe side for everybody. I don't want to be the cause of somebody getting this. Whew. Let's heck and go. Will we actually finish this race? We will finish this race, just barely. Also, I saw something about a dog having it. And a dog passing away from this. And that worries me even more because we have a dog in the house and I don't want the doggo to get sick. Hold on one second. Are you serious? I looked up the story and I see the cats and dogs abandoned at the start of this are now being starved. Or now starving or being killed. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Like, seriously. Animals shouldn't have to worry about this too. And we shouldn't have to be worried about our pets like this. Last you heard, there was no evidence that dogs and cats get it. This stuff changes daily. I don't know if it's like confirmed or not, but I did see something about a dog in China that was like possibly confirmed to have it, passed away from it. But I'm seeing things that are saying that they can't get it, but I saw that and I'm like, wait a minute. I'd rather be stuck to humans and not go anywhere else. As bad as that sounds. Because it would suck to have a pet, get sick, and then not be able to take care of the pet. You know? It would suck having to be like, one of my companions I can't even have around me. One of my little fuzzy buddies. Because you, like, that would just be awful to have to deal with, honestly. Especially since I like playing with the cats so much. I've been playing with them a bit more than I had been in the past, like the end of last year. And it's been nice, especially since Luna's starting to be a little bit more active. Come on. Come on. Eugh. I'm surprised this hasn't hit me yet. There we go. Also, no. My neck itches, please. I heard there was no... Okay. I just read that a minute ago, don't mind me. Oh, jeez. Also, I'm gonna get back to rare real quick. I haven't done this. I have mentioned I wanted to like a calm, relaxing game. I have thought about going ahead and streaming Viva Pinata sometime soon. Yeah, Luna's doing well, Cookie's doing well, and Lucky's doing well. Lucky and Luna play a lot more than they had been because I started getting Luna to play a bit more. Because Luna was getting like real lazy. Cookie's still doing a lot of sleeping. She's getting up to eat and drink, and she'll occasionally run over to me whenever I'm giving them food. But I don't expect her to run or play too much because she is 16. She'll be 17 this year at some point. I don't know exactly when her birthday is. I don't think we ever found out when her exact birthday is. We just know how old she is. And I feel like a bad cat owner because I don't know Lucky's and Luna's either, but we should have known Lucky's and Luna's. But I want to say they were born sometime in April. I believe it was sometime in April, but I don't know the exact date. Yeah, Cookie was the one that got sick. Every little thing that happens with her, I get scared just because of how old she is at the moment. Well, I don't know why I said that at the moment, because she's continually getting older, but, like, every little thing that happens, I do worry, because, like, I've had her in my life since I was, like, 14 or 15. Isn't that right, baby girl? Yeah. She's at my feet asleep. She's been sleeping at my feet the past few days, and I had to watch out because I almost stepped on her a couple times. Like getting up because I didn't realize she was there because she'd been sleeping around like the arm of the couch, and I just reached over and pet her, and then recently she's like, you know, I could lay you right in front of the couch. It'll be fine. She'll lay at my feet now. Luna will lay to my right up against me, and Lucky will lay on my lap. These cats love me, and I'm so happy that they love me. Lucky isn't laying with me right now. She's sitting in the blinds. You're not sure how much your oldest was either? He passed away last year. She was either 18 or 19. She lived a nice long life. She really did. Cookie's over here. She's got her face covered up, and she's just like holding her eyes closed. Because I think I woke her up and I petted her a minute ago. Hyperspaceway. How many do we need? Well, we're exactly 10 away. We might actually be able to get this by tomorrow if we play tomorrow. Like I said, I'm actually going to be doing Sea of Thieves with a friend, and I don't know exactly how long we'll end up playing. But honestly, if we don't play again tomorrow, this will be the last time we play during the Grand Prix. Grand Prix will be over after we get back. So that's going to be really strange. Because we're getting new content, but no Grand Prix, so we won't have a track. We won't have a video to show us stuff. We might have a video to show stuff off, but we won't have the CTR TV thing, I don't think. Either way, I'm excited to see what we get. And plus, we get the spooky dev times, which I'm actually really curious about. I'm wanting to see what these track times are. I want to see if we can beat them. But that'll have to wait till sometime next week. Luna. Luna's fur is such a nice color in my opinion. Because she's got mostly black fur, but she has like little patches of orange. Like a really dark orange, and it looks really nice. And I was saying that because I was like sitting there petting her and like looking at her fur before this race started. I wonder if I'll actually have a cat villager or a cat animal in. I don't know why I said cat. I don't know if we'll have a cat villager in our island. Really? 20 people? That's insane. That's honestly kind of ridiculous. Ah! I'm just gonna shoot that in the wall. I will say, I've been following more and more people recently, and I don't even really get a chance to watch anybody. I'll like watch the first stream and I'll follow, and then I don't get a chance to really go back due to life, streams, all that jazz. Oh, I don't know why. I just saw this. I'm excited for the Cuphead DLC to finally come out. I really want to play the Cuphead DLC whenever it comes out. We'll be streaming that. Because I streamed the main game, and I got all the S ranks, and I got the fastest levels. I got everything done perfectly on that game. Perfect. I got 100% on that game. I got all S ranks on the levels that you can get S ranks on, and P ranks on the levels you get P ranks on. P rank is the fastest if you haven't played it. You can do the run and gun stages without killing any enemies. I am hoping that I'm not like garbage at the game whenever we load it back up. We did have one short stream of it after we beat the game because they had some new free content. Like they added animations to some of the cutscenes, so we just like kind of ran through the story. And I think they added a couple other things that we saw during that playthrough as well. Like there was nothing major, but it was still like really nice to see that they were still like just doing some small changes. You'd like to watch everyone, but you'd never get to play anything yourself. I get that. I do 100% get that. If a game doesn't have a story, I do tend to have people up in the background, and I listen to them while I play. Like, if I'm not talking to anybody and I'm not streaming, I'll have a stream up in the background, usually. Unless, again, it's a story-heavy game. Also, I mentioned before I really like Sea of Thieves. I wonder what Rare's next game, Everwild, will be. I think it's called Everwild. You played Cuphead with your bro, but he decided to give up on it before you beat it. Ah, have you gone back and finished it, or are you like waiting in case he decides he wants to play it again? Everwild is the name of the game. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Introducing Everwild, a brand new IP from Rare, unique and unforgettable experiences await in a natural and magical world. I'm wondering if this is going to be a progressive world thing like Sea of Thieves is, and if they're going to try to keep both of them up and running. They might have a big enough team now to do it, but I'm not sure. You won't want to, but you did get it on Switch a month ago, so you have it now. You should beat it. You should heck and beat it. I know you can do it. Cuphead is one of my favorite experiences on current gen. Also, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't know if all games are going to do this. I hope all games do this. I don't know how many you've talked about this. I think I know I mentioned this before on stream, but Cyberpunk, the developers behind Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red, they had said if you buy it on the Xbox One, you automatically have the upgraded version for the next Xbox. And I'm hoping more developers do that. You know you can beat it. Not to brag, but he's the one who sucked. Oh. Rude. Luna, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to move. Like, I meant to move. I didn't mean to move that much. So you needed to get up. Really, though, run and gun games are like way harder in co-op. I still think it'd be a lot of fun. Also, did you get any S ranks when you played? S ranks, you need to beat it in a certain time. You need to use so many of your abilities, I believe, so many parries, and you can't get hit. You technically can get hit if you use the health upgrade tonics, which I actually did because I'm a hack. You don't remember for sure. I would like to play it in co-op. Oh yeah, one of the features they added whenever I showed off the new stuff was they allowed you to play as Mugman. Which, just like the Mario Brothers, I like Mugman more than Cuphead. I don't know, I liked his color scheme better than Mario's than Cuphead's. But we probably didn't. I mean, I think you can definitely do it, though. I think you can do it solo. I'm sure you can do it co-op, too. It'd probably just take a bit of time. Because I feel like that game in particular, like you even said run and gun games are harder in co-op. But I could see it being... I think in some levels it could be easier, but I feel like for the most part it would be harder. Also, when the new DLC comes out, we get to play as the legendary Chalice. I can't remember what her name is. I think they call her the legendary Chalice. Or Miss Chalice. It might be Miss Chalice. I'm not 100% sure. But I think we only get one new island, which isn't bad. I'm just ready to see some new stuff on that. Oh yeah. I hope the upgrade thing becomes like an actual thing with all Xbox Series X games, or Xbox One to Xbox Series X. Also, I see Real. I saw Real next to me on the right whenever we were waiting to go, and I didn't say anything because I was talking about what I just was talking about. Oh geez, that was bad. Here on, you think they also increase the health of the bosses? I think you're right. I think they do increase the health of the bosses too to make it last as long as a solo fight would be. So you're not just breezing through the fights. I think that's right. But I'm not 100% sure. Also, I will say the pacifist rank on the run and gun levels, you oh gosh, Lena. The pacifist levels on the run and gun levels, they don't follow the same requirements for S rank. The only thing you have to do to get the pacifist rank is to not kill an enemy. And I'm not gonna lie, the hardest stage was the one where you have to ride the octopus, I think it is. That was so rough. Like, honestly, I struggled on that so much. Come on. We got this. Oh geez, I don't even think we're gonna finish this race. Real is just like dominating the track. Also, I don't remember what the name of the game is, but there was a game recently, oh geez. There's a game recently where, what was it? I can't remember what the name of it's called. There's a game that, like, straight up was copying Cuphead. Like, all the animations look the same, the bosses look the same, the art was the same. The art, though, I can give a pass to because there's not a lot of games that go for that kind of art style. And it's really nice to see it. We did beat Hard Corpse Uprising though. That was fun. Not sure if you played that. Hard Corpse. Was that the game where you rode around little tanks? Was that like in the shade of X? I think that was an Xbox Live Arcade game that I got for free. I think you ride around little tanks in each mission. After you finish, you can upgrade your tank. You can give it like has an RPG mode where you can level up and increase your health, get abilities, etc. So it's more co-op friendly. I think I played that. Also, I didn't realize it was 959. Let me look it up real quick though. The only reason I'm wanting to look it up is I don't have all my games on my hard drive right now. No, it's a Contra game, but without Contra in the... Oh, okay. I was thinking of something else then, clearly. I have not played that. I don't think I've actually played Contra before. I'm not sure if I ever played a Contra game. But that'll be it for today. We might be back tomorrow with Dragon Ball Z Well, we won't be here tomorrow with Dragon Ball Z, but we'll be back with Crash Team Racing maybe tomorrow. If not, I'll see y'all Sunday night, or Sunday in general, for Animal Crossing New Horizons. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Wait, it was still published by Konami but developed by Arc System Works. Arc System Works usually has really good art style from what I had seen. Like art style sort of games, if I'm not mistaken. They're the ones that made Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? And they also do the Guilty Gear games, I think. Okay, I thought so. But it's time for us to end. Good night, everybody. Hope to see you all again really soon. Good night, everybody. I love you all.